Yeah, I'll do the first question.
What? He gets questions too? What is this?
Yeah, we're going to double team you.
No, I don't like
down.
that.
Double team you.
I'm not comfortable.
Eric and I are basically clones, and we're attacking you, buddy.
We're live in 5,
4, 3.
Welcome back to the Binc Film Podcast.
He didn't even wait for 2 or 1.
I am your co-host, Corey, here with host Eric and part-time friend of the show, Josh. We are talking... We're talking best movies with killer soundtracks or scores. We're also talking about the new Leonardo DiCaprio movie, Flowers.
Killers of the Flower
Killers
Moon.
of the
He
Flower
doesn't even know
Moon.
what he's doing.
I'm going to go ahead and turn that down a little bit.
Yes, welcome back, everyone. Good to be back. Second time here.
Welcome. Thanks for coming on again. Josh, good to have you back again.
Oh, it's great to be back.
Even though you're incredibly emotional and sensitive.
What's wrong, Josh?
Incredibly emotional.
Tell us how you're feeling. You seem hurt.
I'm feeling replaced.
Replaced? You're not
I'm
replaced.
feeling like Drew Bledsoe when he goes down with an injury, right? Like,
okay, but
the year that Tom Brady comes in, lights it up, and wins the Super Bowl, people forget this. Drew Bledsoe was going off that year. Drew Bledsoe was lighting it up. He goes down with an injury.
is that he's saying that he's not Tom Brady.
That's not what I'm saying.
So what you're saying is you're good, but I'm Tom Brady.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not
No.
I'm
What
going
he's
with
saying is he feels like as if he were Jaron Hall saying, "I've been replaced."
No. Unpopular opinion, Drew Bledsoe wins the Super Bowl that year with that roster. I'm just saying it. I'll just come out and say it.
Anyway, moving on. Killers of the Mountainflower Moonflower Shine.
Killers of the
Flower.
Flower Moon.
I saw this movie.
How was it?
What have you heard about it?
I have not heard a whole lot, personally. I've seen commercials, and they look really, really good, and I want to see it. It's going to be seen by me this upcoming week.
Corey, what have you heard?
I surprisingly have heard anything about it. I just knew that it existed like a week ago. I was talking to my grandma. She saw it, and from a grandmother's retelling, Robert De Niro, yeah? Mm-hmm. Kind of a dick. Leo, kind of dumb, and something about like stealing land and money from Indians or something.
Native American
Native
is
American,
the
sorry.
preferred
Well, in the
nomenclature.
movie, they refer to them as Indians.
Yeah, that's what.
So he was context.
It was
of
more
the
of a
movie.
Big Lebowski joke.
Don't attack the co-host.
It was a Big Lebowski
Plus,
joke.
she's 80. She's not going to correct anything at
No.
this point.
Well, I saw Killers of the Flower Moon today, and I'm happy to report back to you guys. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Martin Scorsese.
Zezzy.
I hate when people say it that way,
That's-
even if it's right.
He is right.
Martin Scorsese said that Marvel movies, superhero movies, are not cinema.
Correct.
Correct? If what is this movie called again? I can never
Killers
remember.
of the Flower Moon.
If
Sailor Moon.
If Killers of the Flower Moon is cinema, then I guess I just don't like cinema because I hated this movie.
What?
I hated this movie. This movie is 3.5 hours long.
Damn. Okay.
It felt like it was about 6 hours, and they just started. Can we cut this? Oh, yeah, cut. Oh, but I really like that one shot. Just leave that shot in there. There's so many times in this movie where it's just cutting between random scenes that just don't need to be in the movie. Corey, maybe you could.
He did this with his last one. What's it called? What's about the Irishman guy? What?
Irishman.
Oh, yeah, the Irishman.
Yeah. So maybe you can back me up on this, being a Marvel fan.
Mm-hmm.
Never in my life have I gone to a any superhero movie and heard somebody audibly snoring during the movie. That happened in this movie.
Can we name names?
I don't know who it was.
No, I mean, like, can I name a name? Or is that, like, not
Whose
cool?
name?
Spencer McDiarmid.
For what? What are you talking?
I brought this up to him not too long ago, and he denies it.
What movie?
The first Avengers came out. We went to the midnight showing, and we went to school. Then he went to work, and he stayed up, and he fell asleep during the final battle. And he will deny it, but he did, and I kept waking
Look
him
at
up.
the camera. Talk to Spencer.
Hey, you better watch this. Sorry for calling you out, but you fell asleep during Avengers during the final battle. Marvel fan.
Okay.
The way everybody was like, "What do you mean call somebody out?" And he's just dives and he's like, "Spencer McDiarmid," like just
We can
goes
bleep
right
it.
in defense of my point that I'm making, that was a midnight showing.
Yeah.
So there is that. This was 11:30 a.m. the movie started. This movie, I could have not gone to this movie and instead seen Taylor Swift twice in that time span and probably had a far better, more enjoyable experience.
Speaking of which, my brother reported back on that and said it was a good time.
To be fair, in defense of this movie, acting amazing. All of the acting in this movie is incredible by everyone. The set design, the costumes, everything is super well done from a technical standpoint.
I have to see this now because I want to know
Did
why.
you see Oppenheimer?
I did see Oppenheimer.
So
I loved Oppenheimer.
in Oppenheimer, I felt
Saw
like
Barbie twice.
Yikes.
I felt like Oppenheimer was really long. Like I was feeling the length, but it was amazing. I left that movie feeling like that was an experience I went through. This movie, the last hour of the movie, my dad was laughing at everything because it got so messy and random and all over the place, and I want to give specific examples, but it won't do justice to what, like, if you haven't seen the movie, it won't do. I know I'm getting crucified in comments right now for
I was going to say,
talking
do you
about
think
this.
that people who like the movie like it because of nostalgia? Because honestly, I mean, it's like, oh, that director did it, and he did movies I liked that came out 20 years ago,
I
so
think
this
that
movie's going to be really good.
Probably, yeah. Probably, because that's kind of why I went and saw this
Yeah.
movie. Just because I
Great
heard...
director.
Yeah,
I don't want to... I've seen the people in your guys' comments. Don't come after me. He's great.
just don't talk about Sound of
As
Freedom.
much as I would love to listen to Aaron, don't get me started on that. Did you see that episode? We did an episode where we talked about Sound of Freedom and the Barbie movie and the controversy and conspiracies that went into them. And people called us the P word.
Ooh.
By the way, to circle back to that, relevant to what we're talking about right now, if you recall, when I talked about that movie, I went to this particular theater and the sound was turned down. That had never happened before. When I went to see Killers of the Flower Moon today, the sound was turned way down. I wish they would have just turned it down more.
Just turned it off.
Just turn it off.
Yeah.
Turn it off.
We're behind. Hey. We should jump into our main.
You got a cat that might be knocking over a drink.
Oh, no. Stop, you crazy creature.
He's probably in the shot, too.
Shoo. Please go back.
That's okay. Don't deny him from his fresh air.
No animals got drunk during the shooting. of this
But yeah,
podcast.
anyway, I want you, Josh, Corey, either of you, if you're planning on seeing that movie, go see it. Let me know what you think. To give you a trajectory, I was like, it was long,
You're just refusing to move into the main topic.
but I was enjoying it until like 2 hours in, and then there's kind of like an investigation that starts, and then I'm like, okay, I see how this is start. This is going to be awesome. And then it just nosedives into randomness and just, there was 3 hours into this movie, I still didn't understand if his character like knew what was going on. Not because his acting was bad or anything, but because it does such a bad
And then
job.
He turned out to be crazy the whole time. Right?
That would have been better. It does such a bad job of connecting with these characters that it's 3.5 hours of sitting there and just being like, can you just get caught already? I don't care. Just get caught. This is ridiculous. But anyway, we'll move on.
Today's topic is we're talking about movies, the combination of movie and soundtrack, the movies that best fit their soundtracks and the soundtracks that best fit the movies. Not necessarily the best films, not necessarily the best soundtracks, but the best combination of the two is what we'll be going over today. Do you want to start us off?
Yes, Josh, thank you. I'll take it here as co-host. Eric, why don't you go ahead and start us off right after a word from our sponsors.
We don't have any yet.
Today's sponsor is Raid
Raid
Shadow
Shadow
Legends.
Legends.
How many followers you guys got on
Yes.
TikTok? And you're not sponsored by Raid.
We have 15.
So obviously we've talked before about soundtracks, and I didn't want to do the same thing, so I tried to come up with something a little more not so mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one, I tried to do a horror movie, and one horror soundtrack that I found actually really, really complemented a movie and made it better and had its own sort of identity with the soundtrack was the first It movie.
That's interesting.
When the
I hadn't thought of that.
when the creepy poster painting lady comes out with the flute
Yeah.
and she plays the flute and it fits perfectly in, like that's in the actual
We're talking
soundtrack.
like the remake.
Yeah,
one,
the
like
remake.
The first one? Okay.
The remake. Yeah, that's I love that soundtrack.
It scares me. I don't like being scared. I love that movie. I've seen it a dozen times, but I honestly can't think of what you're talking about right now.
It's when one of the boys goes. This doesn't help. He's in a room and there's a painting of this creepy lady.
Oh, it's like the weird shaped face.
Yeah, and she has a
okay.
flute and she like plays it at him and it all creepy and
Okay.
yeah, it's good. What do you got?
Well, I'm just gonna get this one out of the way because it's dumb and cliche, like you said you weren't going to do. But as far as not score goes, but taking songs and adding it into your scenes, whether the characters hear it or we're hearing it, there's a term for that. Guardians of the Galaxy did a pretty good job of just like picking classic
love that
rock
soundtrack.
songs. Like everyone overplayed it. They started making vinyls of it. It's actually my complaint about 2 and 3 was like, okay, there's 57 songs in this movie and they're all 5 seconds long. Like it bugs me, but
A
the
little
first
too
one,
aware.
yeah,
Yeah.
the first one was like they're fun songs. Like sometimes it was being played like in the scene where all the characters join. Sometimes watch the audience are hearing it. It kind of like elevates the experience. I thought they did a really good job with that,
I like that those songs, even though like
except for that Cherry Bomb one.
yeah, that was bad. How you'd said that they overplayed it, which I totally agree. But what I think is sort of special about when songs are used effectively in movies like that is when you hear that on the radio and it takes you back nostalgia to that movie and it just makes you, I don't know. Whenever I hear one of those songs and I know it's from Guardians of the Galaxy, it just makes me happy every time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really good point.
It's
Be
an
right
interesting
back after
soundtrack.
these messages.
That's not.
We don't have commercials.
Sorry.
It's a really interesting movie because it was very aware of where to place the songs and it
Yeah.
didn't overdo it. And Disney's actually got a pretty solid history of doing that. Like if you've ever seen Remember the Titans is another banger soundtrack.
That's a really good one. Yeah.
And it was very intelligent with its music use. It chose the right songs and put them at the right times, and it was just nice. It worked. It flowed. It wasn't overdone. Like you said with Guardians 2 and 3, where they were just like, oh, people like this? Just It's like that the waiter with the Parmesan cheese, and they just keep going, and you're like, stop. And like, what was that? And you just, stop. Sorry? And just keep going with the Parmesan.
Another one to remember is that you have to go out and see the world. Sorry. There are certain lines from Charlotte that when I hear them, I just hear another one that I tried to think of a movie that we haven't really talked about before, and it's something where if you were to remove this soundtrack from this movie, it just wouldn't be the same film.
Mhm.
And I haven't even seen all of them, but it's Harry Potter.
That's
Wait, you
actually
haven't seen
a
all of
solid
them?
answer.
No, I haven't seen all of them. When you hear that music, you are instantly transported there. Instantly.
Yeah.
Which is amazing because a lot of John Williams, this isn't a dig or anything, but a lot of his music does sound very samey to itself.
Heavy brass.
But when you hear that Harry Potter music, you're there every time.
It's iconic. It's instant.
It is.
For my pick, I went with a movie that I thought did a phenomenal job of just knowing how to match a scene, the music that just matched the moment and really changed up throughout the entirety of the film. It was Mad Max: Fury Road. I thought that soundtrack was phenomenal. That's another movie where if you tear the soundtrack out of that, the movie's almost just not as good. And the movie itself is very
That's
good.
how it should be.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I enjoy that movie. I really like that movie. But the soundtrack, it goes from, it changes, right? So there's those moments where it's just that crazy dude with the guitar just shredding and it's just rock and roll and everybody's driving these
Do you know
crazy
that guy's
dune
name?
buggies. No, I don't. What is it?
I can't remember.
It's
I had it right
something
there.
important.
It's
I
like
forget.
something master. I can't want to say noob master, but that's just Avengers.
No,
it's
that's
something goofy like that.
You know what movie doesn't do that? Where the music just elevates the movie? Killers of the Flower Moon.
There we go.
Tell
Like I
me
was
about
No,
it.
no, for real though.
Oh, I
the
thought we were doing
music
it.
in that movie, like the music itself is great,
Yeah.
but the music in that movie does nothing to elevate the movie.
See, that's
It
the
doesn't-
main reason I brought up Mad Max is you go from those scenes where dude's shredding on the guitar and there's this like rock stuff going on and cars are driving everywhere and then they drive into that big storm and it's this real intense composition involving like brass, strings, everything as those cars are getting picked up by the tornadoes. And then it goes complete, real deep into the feels when she walks into the desert and just collapses onto her knees and screams into the sky, and that huge crescendo with the strings just collapses. It reads the room beautifully, and that movie is a top 3 film composition combo in my mind. Another one I thought of was Last Samurai, but Last Samurai is a good film and the composition is good. I just don't think it's on the same level as Mad Max. Those were the two that I was going back on where I was like, I didn't know
Yeah,
which
that
one
was
to
one
talk
I
about.
thought of too, but we've talked about it before, so I was like,
We've talked about it before, and
leave
also
that
if I
off.
weigh the two of them, like I think about what soundtracks I would listen to, like in my car. I will listen to, and I'll listen to Last Samurai too, but I'm more apt to put on Mad Max than I am Last Samurai. Because you get everything you want from the Mad Max.
What do you
soundtrack.
got, Corey?
Well, I kind of want to say, I feel like you guys are here. Guardians is over here. I'm gonna stay over here.
Oh, so you're a little to the right, is what you're saying.
Oh, it's my left.
Don't do
I
that.
think.
What?
Don't
It
do
was
that.
to the right. Replay the
Don't
footage.
do that.
Replay the
We're
footage.
mirrored.
It was to. It was lit. Don't give me that look. It was literally. It was to the right.
If you're listening and not watching,
Yeah.
the second he said that, 3 sets of eyes immediately just lock on Eric. Like, what?
No.
What?
was that not to the right?
No, you're just singing that Beyonce song.
She says to the
right,
left.
To the right.
No, to the
No,
left.
it's to the right. To the right.
No, it's to the left. To the left.
No.
That box
Anyway,
to the
moving
left.
on.
No, that's pretty sure.
Okay,
it's
Corey,
Beyonce.
your far right take. What is?
Well, it tracks with the far right. Across the Universe.
I
never seen
never
it.
actually watched
Yeah.
that.
So, I am not a huge fan of I love covers and stuff, but rarely do I think like the cover is better than the original. There's a couple songs on there that I was like, you guys beat the Beatles on this. That was so good. The music, like the things that they would tweak, it was just crazy good. Just I already loved all those songs, and then their takes on it were really cool. I thought. I don't know if it's cheating to pick a musical for this, but okay. But yeah, that was
Bonus question, since you brought it up.
yes.
In your opinion, and this is on the spot. We didn't plan this one out, so we're going to get some real honest answers here. In your opinion, what cover is better than the original?
No Quarter by Tool.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Acceptable. I like that. Go ahead.
Ooh, that really put me on the spot. Pass.
No, come on now.
What about you're a big John Mayer fan? What about
That's true.
Free Fallin'?
Free Fallin' is good. He does XO by Beyonce. That's really good.
Got to pick one. Give me just one. Should we come back to you?
Let me go with XO.
He's
Okay.
going with XO.
All right. Do you have one?
I do. Metallica's Turn the Page.
Oh yeah, that is
Yes.
good. I'm not really a Metallica fan, even, but
That is
I would agree with that.
phenomenal.
Not
Not that the Bob Seger version's bad.
No,
Like,
not
Bob
at
Seger
all.
version's great, but Metallica
No.
really just did a phenomenal
You know,
job.
I haven't heard that in years. I'm gonna listen to that later. So thanks for
You should.
bringing that
It's a
up.
good song. Good tune.
I got one more movie, and we talked about this on the last episode, but it's another film that just would not be the same without this soundtrack, and it's Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes.
Now,
Very good.
have you ever noticed that the first Pirates movie
Oh, I hope you're going. Yeah, I think
does
I
not
noticed.
credit Hans Zimmer?
I did notice that.
Do you know why?
No, I don't know why.
Corey, do you know why?
No, I thought we were going somewhere else.
So I want to know after this.
Okay.
I had read somewhere, maybe someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but it was something along because the credits say Klaus Bedelt or however you pronounce his name for the first Pirates movie.
Okay.
The story I had heard, I don't know how true this is, was that they got rid of this guy or he couldn't do it or whatever. They decided to have Hans Zimmer step in. But Hans Zimmer was under some kind of contract or something with another film he was working on where he couldn't legally like take a film credit, or there was some kind of weird wording like that in there. So he did the movie, but they had to
Credit somebody
credit
else.
the previous
Weird.
guy or something
What
like
else
that.
came out around that time that he would be involved? The only thing I could think of was Thin Red Line was late 90s, right? And Pirates was early 2000s, so
Yeah, it was
that
like
doesn't
2001 or something.
really
somewhere around
sync
there.
up.
Real quick, since you just brought up John Mayer 2 minutes ago, he is uncredited on Halo 2.
Oh,
For
really?
the same thing. For like, they were like, you're trying to put out an album, you can't do this. And he was like, okay. And then he was like, just don't put my name
Wait a
on it.
minute,
Weird.
Halo 2, that's Marty O'Donnell, I thought, and then Joe Satriani did the guitar
Steve
for it.
Vai.
Steve
And
Vai.
stars Steve Vai.
Give us one more, Josh, and we'll move on to trivia.
One more what?
You got one more soundtrack?
No, I told you my two.
Oh, that's just
I
your
only
two?
wanted to be one. I'm
Corey,
not even
did
the
you
I
go
can
home
sneak
more?
one in. I was going to say Into the Wild because Eddie Vedder came up all original for that. It's fantastic, but I'm going to go towards your guys, more score again. I think Danny Elfman for the Batman movies. Every time I hear that, I'm like literally taken somewhere else. It's so cool. There's someone who did like a metal version of all those pieces, and it's fantastic.
Into the Wild was mine, so thank you.
Oh,
for that.
you're welcome.
Yeah,
I would
you're,
like to
you're
give a
hitting
quick
all
shout
of
out.
those,
To the Doom soundtrack, the new Doom soundtracks.
the games.
Yes, the new Doom games. It was. Oh my God, I literally just say I can't remember his name. His last name's Gordon. I can't remember his.
Jeff.
No. But he basically the composer. I mean, they're metal soundtracks that go absolutely phenomenally.
Yeah.
with
Did
the
you?
games.
We got to move on to trivia, but did you hear about the
The
controversy?
Yeah, I absolutely did. Basically, Bethesda just flat out put this guy under a ton of pressure and then said they weren't going to credit him for, or basically that they messed up the entire soundtrack, made it sound like ass. And
Yeah. Basically kicked him off, and then
what is his full name again? I forget.
I'm blanking. It's something Gordon. There's a Beyond Skyrim composer I work with that is a huge fan of him. Just type Doom Gordon composer.
Yeah, it's gonna bother me now. I have to look
Doom
it up.
Gordon is a
Mick
pretty cool
Gordon.
name.
Mick Gordon, that's what it
Yes.
is.
All right, time to move into our trivia segment. Let me get this.
That's what we need. An
That's what
air
we need.
horn.
Yeah,
We do.
That's not on the soundboard.
What?
Did you know it was on?
No, I was actually gone for a week, so
Yeah.
No, last time you were on the show, you had it. Put it on.
no, I don't know if that. Wait, that's not mine.
No,
Why did you make me wear it last time?
because you were on it. The last time you were on too, you had to wear it. You don't have to
We
wear it
both
this time.
tanked our trivias last time.
Okay, whatever.
the last
Moving on. We are going to be doing Star Wars trivia
Again?
We are.
Oh, okay.
But this
Star
time,
Wars.
Do I get the training wheel? Ooh, sorry. Write that down. Do I get the freaking training wheels questions that he got?
Wait, were we not supposed to be swearing this whole time?
No, you can't cuss.
Ah, I feel
Michael
like
gets really mad.
I feel like I did that a lot.
Just hards. Just don't say the F word.
all right, we're going to be covering a wide range of topics for Star Wars this time.
Okay.
So hopefully we'll find some, areas for
I
you.
really don't like it. I just don't like
What
it.
don't you like?
I just don't like this in general.
Why?
This is very, very bad.
Corey, do you want to start?
Yeah, I'll do the first question.
What? He gets questions too? What is this?
Yeah, we're going to double team you.
No, I
Write
don't like
down.
that.
Double team you.
I'm not comfortable.
Eric and I are basically clones, and we're attacking you, buddy. Question one.
He has no
Hey,
idea
this is
why
from
that sucks so bad.
this first question's from the original trilogy.
Okay.
Which is the better of the trilogies. Question one. Who does Zam Wessel work for?
Oh my god.
Famous bounty hunter / assassin. Sam Wessel.
Original trilogy.
Is it Jabba the Hutt? No, I don't know.
Ooh.
Oh,
So we were looking for Django
wow.
Fett.
I guess we should have done more prequel
Oh wait,
stuff.
Sam.
Fett.
Wait, no, he
Sam
said
Wessel. Yeah.
Sam Wessel was the freaking.
Oh,
The lady with the,
Oh my
with
God,
like
I
the
remember
hey,
worms.
now.
hey, can I say something real quick?
Oops.
Yeah, I recognize the name, and I'm like, why does that sound so familiar? It's because it's the stupid bounty hunter that nobody knows. And all the people in the comments love to point it out. They're like, well, actually, Django said that there can be no mistakes this time, Sam.
All right, we've got
It's true.
a.
Plus a killer video game where she was a big part of it. That's how I know her.
I got
See,
another.
if only they would incorporate. I'm sorry, we're off track. Go ahead.
Sorry.
You're keeping score, right? Okay, I got another question. This is
Stupid.
from this
No
question.
kidding.
This question is from Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope.
Okay.
Corey,
Read the question.
number 2.
Number 2? All right. Who is the newly elected Queen of Naboo?
What? In episode 4?
Sorry, is that what I said?
Yes.
Oh, I was wrong.
Oh, I think he meant 2.
What episode are we talking about here?
It doesn't matter.
Who's the Queen of Naboo?
Who is the newly elected Queen of Naboo?
I don't know. There's Amidala, but she's not newly elected.
Then it's probably not her.
Her.
I don't know.
She became a senator.
I don't know.
You're not gonna guess?
I don't even know.
It was Queen Amidala.
That's what I
I'm just
said!
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It wasn't.
What was it?
It was Jamelia.
No clue. Do they say that? They probably do. At some insignificant point. But
Yeah.
some fanboy in the comments is going to be like, how could you miss it?
That's 2.
I got this next one. I just want to point that out. I knew the answer to this one.
Okay. Question number 3. This comes from episode 6. What is the name of Padme?
Are you sure this time? Can we make sure? Episode 6, are you certain?
What is the name of Padme's decoy that was?
That's not episode 6!
What?
You didn't even let me finish. You didn't even let me finish. What is the name of Padme's husband who dies in episode 6?
Darth Vader / Anakin Skywalker.
That wasn't the question.
You're
That
such a
wasn't the question.
scumbag, Eric. I
wasn't the
really
question.
can't stand you.
Okay. The question is, what is the name of Padme's decoy that was killed at the start of the movie, episode 2?
Yeah, it's Cordo.
Wrong. Sorry. Got excited.
It's Corday.
Corday.
This is so dumb.
What? Because you don't know the answer?
That's dumb.
Why is that dumb?
Cordo. Ugh.
It's not the same name, dude.
These are all questions from episode 2, you freaking
Episode
scumbag.
2 was the 6th of the prequels.
What?
Sam, Samantha, same name,
Same.
whatever.
5 of the prequels.
We give it
Well, that's
credit
making
for that or
sense.
No, they're not giving me credit
It's not
for
the
it.
same name.
Even though I got credit for Gundarks. That's it. I missed. That's 4. I'm out. I went 0 for 4.
That's 3.
Oh, cool. I only have to go f***ing set. Excuse me. Write that down. Freaking 7 and 0. You get me spun up like this, and you're like, it's good for content, and then I snap and start hurling f-bombs, and he's like, oh, that's not acceptable.
Don't
As
worry,
fun as
don't
this
worry about
is-
that.
Some of these are a little unfair.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
There's 4 of these that are like, okay, you can probably get
Who's up
that.
next?
Who knows? Who
are
cares?
we
I'm
just
not gonna
going
get
right
them. They're
down the
all
list?
episode
I'm
2.
gonna give you one. I'm gonna give you one.
Okay, hold on. Can we stop for a second?
Yeah.
You said last time we did Attack of the Clones trivia that you were going to go home and watch that movie.
I didn't.
I know you didn't.
I won't.
And now you're complaining that
not
they're
gonna.
all Attack of the
You
Clones
said
trivia.
also that very same episode, you're like, we're gonna do other episodes too, and all this is.
We did.
No, you didn't.
We did last episode was a whole bunch
No,
of
you
Star
did not.
Wars. Yeah, we did.
Did we?
I'm just now realizing how
Corey?
this is basically Seinfeld. You two.
Corey, last episode we did all Star Wars trivia, didn't we?
Yeah,
sure, yeah.
Dude, those ones I got.
Hey, Josh. What's the problem then?
This is dumb.
So you don't like the questions that you don't know, but you like
that-
the questions you do know?
No. These questions aren't even fair.
Trivia.
Oh my
Trivia.
God. The only question I realistically should have gotten, there's 2 of them I should have gotten. The Cordo Corday stupid one and the Zam Wessel one. Everything else is outlandish.
Let's keep going.
Michael's like,
There
let's
are
just wrap
10
this up. Let's
questions.
just keep
There are
going.
10 questions.
Can I give you one that, like,
Sure, give me the T-ball shot.
even if you don't like this one, it's Star Wars, it's cringy, you should pick this one up.
Great.
All right, question 9. When Padme tells Anakin that he has grown a lot. What does Anakin say back to her?
So have you, only more beautiful, I mean.
No,
God,
I'm
that
sorry.
was
It
so
was
close.
so have you grown more beautiful, I mean.
Oops.
That wasn't perfectly timed. Oops.
He couldn't hear it, but there's an oops. Oh, you did? Okay,
No,
let's
sorry.
see where.
The way he plays it off, like, no, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. And then reads my answer almost word for word back to me.
Almost.
Almost.
Okay, have you gotten any right?
No,
No, Q.
Jeez.
Q4.
Okay, question number 4.
that was 4.
No, that was 9. They're jumping.
Okay,
That's dumb.
question number 4.
This one's easy. Okay.
So it's the last one.
Softball, this one.
I'll read this
Did
one.
he cuss? Did you cuss?
No.
We need you to say if you did.
I might have
He said
mumbled something.
He mumbled an F-bomb.
Write that down.
It was a suitcase F-bomb. He just snuck it in there.
Okay, I'm going to read this one because it's easy and I don't want you to hate me. Okay? So, this is coming
Way too late.
this is coming from me as a friend, just reading a question. Simple.
Which one is this?
Question 4. Simple Star Wars trivia from all the Star Wars
4?
movies. Yeah. It's from all
I don't have this one. I want to try to guess this one. No, I don't have it.
Yeah,
You do have
I
it.
know.
Q4. You guys are in the same group.
I'm reading the same thing you're reading.
I'm telling you, it's not on mine.
All right, fine.
He's lying.
Fine. Whoever gets it first then.
He's got the question.
He just said
Well, let Josh answer first, then see if Corey
he
can
just said stop calling the
Read
co-host
it.
a liar, dude.
it.
Question number 4 could be any from any Star Wars movie. It could be from any Star Wars movie. Okay? Is that clear enough for you?
No.
It could be episode 2, it could be episode 3.
It's episode 2.
It could be. It could.
Might be.
Okay.
Rogue One.
In episode 3, there was a movie that came out before that called episode 2. Actually, this might be episode 1. I don't know which one this
I'm
one's
going to
from.
have a meltdown.
In one outfit of Padme's, she has a golden hairband and a golden neckband. Who gave her the neckband?
I have her mother. I don't know.
The Naboo Council. That's so easy, Josh. This is why you've been replaced. It's the co-host.
It's the Naboo Council.
Oh, God.
Q5, keep it going.
Question number 5. Corey, you want to take this one?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Having fun, Josh?
I feel like I've been jumped.
In Star Wars,
And so,
a trailer came out for the second one.
didn't
Who
watch
is
any
the
of the
first
trailers.
person we hear talking in this trailer?
it's Qui-Gon Jinn.
In episode 2, he was dead.
He was dead in
Qui-Gon
episode 2.
He says it's you must train the boy. That goes in
Okay.
episode 2.
Normally, I'd like to keep things friendly, but come after him in the comments for that one.
I don't even. I've given up.
Question number 6. What actor was originally meant to play a teenage Anakin Skywalker?
Ben Affleck.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Ever heard of him? He
Is
was
that
in
actually-
Flowers of the Sun and Moon.
All 14 hours and 29 minutes of it.
Okay. This one I also legitimately got. I believe in you. Question 7. This is a quote from Anakin that you did finish. Just being around her again is...
Intoxicating.
Hey! See?
All right.
We like you.
1 for 10. If I'm being honest with myself, no, it's actually hard to breathe. I'm congested.
It is. That thing sucks to wear, dude.
If I'm being honest with myself, out of even if we ruled out the fact that you guys were intentionally sabotaging
That was from
me,
episode 2, by the way.
out of all 10 of those questions, I think realistically I only get 4 or 5 of those.
Can I
You
just
only got 1.
But even if we
2 left, though. You could get
rule
3.
in the BS answers like Cordo Corday,
can I just point out real quick that every time we do trivia with you, either it's too easy, it's wrong, or it's too hard. Those are all three
Here's
options.
the thing, because you jump so wildly from one side to the other. Like, you'll give me God, I'm sorry, Michael.
Write
I'm
that down.
sorry,
Write it
Michael. You give me these T-ball shots where like, what is Anakin's last name? And then I crush all of them, and then you're like, okay. The original director for episode 2 had a favorite color. What was his favorite color? And it's like, how am I supposed to know that?
It's blue.
Okay.
That's why the lightsabers are blue.
It's
Yeah.
one side, they're
George
green,
Lucas.
they're red, they're orange, they're yellow, they're white. We can talk, just don't start with me. The point is that you go from one end of the spectrum so violently to the other that there's like
Okay,
no way
I think
for
I
me
have a
to prepare for
solution.
this.
I think I have a solution.
Stop giving me Star Wars trivia.
I have a solution. Next time, you give me your questions, and then I'll read them back for you. That way, you'll be happy.
I wouldn't mind doing that.
I'll give you a middle of the road one that I came up with just now. And
I'm gonna miss it.
we're talking from 1, 2, 3, Rogue One, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
It's gonna wind up on 2.
Where's the first time we see the Death Star?
It's at the actually it's in episode 3. The hologram of it pops up.
No, it's episode 2 on Geonosis. God.
Oh no, it is episode 2. I'm sorry. It is episode.
I'm trying
2.
to help you, man.
I'm
but
sorry.
I am taking...
Dude, that same room in episode 2, it looks similar to the room in episode 3
the
where
room with
Obi-Wan
the
and yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, I know what
The
you're talking
clicking cricket dude walks over and he's like, "Our plans, they'll be ruined." Yeah,
All right,
it's episode 2.
8.
All right, question number 8.
There's still more? Can we be done? I don't want to do it anymore. How long is this episode?
Oh, this isn't episode 2.
You're lying.
No. At first, who did the Jedi think attempted the assassination of Senator Amidala?
Shortly after Corday dies.
No,
Talk
it's,
about it.
it's Cordo.
Gut says separatist, but I don't know if that's right. Yeah. What is
Corey?
it?
Those spice miners.
Oh,
on Boone's
God,
Moon,
yeah.
which I never would have got, but after I read it, I was like, I remember that.
I remember them talking about it. Don't they, like, Obi-Wan and them talk about it like it's
Mace Windu
disgruntled?
does.
Or Mace Windu, that's what it was.
All right, final
Disgruntled spice
question,
miners.
Eric. Let's hear it.
We have the final question.
You are 1 for 10 right now. With question number 11 now.
If you get this question right, you will totally redeem yourself.
If I miss this question, I'm burying my car into the side of a bridge.
Yes.
That's fine, because Corey's already our permanent co-host. Okay, ready? Complete this quote and who said it. This is very relevant to how you feel right now. You ready?
Well, anytime, sweetheart.
Ready? I haven't felt you this tense since...
Stop it.
Since we fell into the nest of blank.
Gundarks.
The correct answer was Gundark's Obi-Wan Kenobi.
You didn't let me finish. That's what I was going to say.
Are you giving it to him or not?
I mean, I guess we could give him a pity point.
To get a half
You
point.
went 2 for 11. Nice job.
Pity point, fine.
Here to impress, right?
I was really hoping he got it wrong.
I should have said it's Gundax or whatever you said last
I would have
time.
broke equipment if I'd have missed that one.
All right, suggestions. Let's hear him.
Well, first I just wanted to say, Josh, you did very well on that. We definitely made you work for it, and you're a good sport.
That guitar has been swaying behind him. Like
That's it?
this whole episode.
Nothing to say. Nothing to say about that.
Thank you.
I know it's rough.
Don't-
the initiation of your first podcast with Big Film. They really come at you. But you did good. I hope they have you back.
I hope they have you back.
Corey's been here a while.
Next week,
so
even, you know?
it could be next week.
Could be a month. We should recommend stuff to people now.
Me first. You're both looking at me.
Yeah, go right ahead.
I would like to recommend the original Star Wars trilogy, in particular Attack of the Clones.
Josh should probably watch it.
Josh, you should check that one out. I know you said you
Yeah,
were
I'll
going to
put
watch
that on
it.
the
but-
list.
What do you got?
I'll go next, okay? What I think is a pretty good watch. It's okay. It's fun. The behind the scenes of Attack of the Clones, Episode 2. The director commentary while watching the movie, it's fascinating.
Josh, what do you got?
A spa day with a toaster.
Don't do that.
Is that an album?
You can't.
Is that an album?
You can't.
That would be a great album.
You
You guys
can't.
do that? Who would make an album like Tool? Like, you guys see that new Tool album, Spa Day with a Toaster?
They would not make an album called that.
They have a song called Stinkfist.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with suicide.
Can't say that.
On a live
There you
aside
go. On a
In
live.
GTA.
in
In
GTA.
GTA.
Yeah. Anyway,
Write that down.
Dude, it's literally saying all the things that I say. I really can't do it.
I forgot what I was gonna say now.
Haven't put the nose
You
on
made
if
me
you
forget
do.
what I was gonna say.
I'm not putting the nose on.
If you're doing
Um,
the outro, you are.
I'm rejecting it.
Josh,
Yes.
you will one day at this rate be our permanent co-host.
I don't believe you.
And I need you to not crash your car because next time you're on, we're finally going to talk about why we got banned on Instagram.
Oh my god, we forgot to do that
So
again.
Yeah, we did.
I know we went
That
at
was
we
what
went at you
I
this
asked
time.
about.
We went at you this time, but we love you.
We gotta change up the soundboard too.
I'm open to requests.
I said
so-
laser like 3 hours ago.
Well,
I just
I
wanted
ca-
like
I don't have time to do that now, but go ahead and do the outro.
Thanks for spending your evening with the Binc Film Podcast. We know that you have a lot of options when it comes to entertainment and media intake out there, so we thank you for deciding to spend your time with us. You can find us on social media at the Binc Film Podcast on TikTok, Instagram. No, we're not on Instagram. Wait, the Binc Film Podcast is on Instagram. We're also on YouTube, Spotify. You can find us wherever you find podcasts. You can find our main channel, Binc Film, on YouTube with the handle Binc Film. You can also find it on TikTok with the handle Binc Film. You can't find it on Instagram because it was banned, and we'll talk about that on the next episode. You can find Michael Darwin Berg, our fantastic producer and director, on socials with the handle Michael Darwin Berg. You can also find Eric Gordon Berg, the EGB, our wonderful host, with the handle Eric Gordon Berg on TikTok, Facebook, whatever. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram with the handle Stop That Rivers. I actually have been uploading some random content here and there, so there's actually some things for you to enjoy there. And I'm gonna try and make a better attempt at keeping it going. So there should be a steady stream of. It's nothing. I mean, it doesn't. There's no point to any of it. If you're looking for some like deep, inspiring, go someplace else. So thanks again for spending your time with us. We hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you on the next one.
And would you like to thank our co-host for being here today?
I'm not going to address him.
Corey, thank you so much for attending us with your glory. Why are you taking your headphones off?
You're welcome.
Don't take your headphones off.
Josh,
Thank you. Thank you for
No, I was just being an asshole.
thank you for
Write that down.
being humble and professional and well.
It is
Tempered.
what I do. I'm the best that there ever was at it.
I have to pee.
I'm not big on social media, but if you find me, that means I found you a week ago.
Cut.
Can we open that
Man
window?
cam. Yeah, Josh was getting cold. It is cold when you're.
It is cold over here.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I should probably pee, shouldn't I?
No, we're too late.
Okay, right. Well, we're writing it out.
Are you serious?
Nope, we're good.
Hold it.